sent me a message. If God makes it to where you even see this and this video makes it to you, fingers crossed, I'm fighting for my first professional regional title here in Michigan on March 9th. This was January of 2019. I did not see the message. Mea culpa. Almost 3 years later, it's great to connect with Khaos Williams. He's kind enough to join us via the magic of Zoom right now. There he is. Khaos, my man. How are you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good, man. I'm happy to be on here. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's great to have you on. I'm sorry I didn't see your message back in 2019. I'm really sorry about that.
It's all good. I know your inbox be juking, man. You know, better late than never, man.
What's the difference between this Khaos Williams and the one who was sending me that DM back in January of 2019? How far have you come?
Man, I came a long way, but I still got a long way to go, man. Really, man, I'm just more involved as an MMA fighter, as a mixed martial artist, you know, and I'm just hungrier, man, you know.
Would you have believed that in 3 years you'd be where you are now with, you know, these 3 great knockouts in the UFC, 4 wins inside the octagon, making a lot of noise? Like, did you think this would happen this quickly for you? 3 years, very short amount of time.
Man. Hell yeah, definitely, man. You know, I believe in myself. I believe in my talent. You know, I always keep God first, man. I feel like, you know, this is a God-given talent, man. You know, I came from the mud, man, and I'm here. Like I always said, I was a diamond in the rough, just waiting to be buffed off and shown to the world. And I'm here, man. I got the opportunity. You know, like I was telling people, man, just like I sent you that, man, I was always telling a lot of people, man, like, you just got to be great, you know, just continue to be great. And as long as you believe in yourself and you be great, and you just live it, man, you know, you let the world catch up to you.
Now, when you say I came from the mud, what do you mean by that?
Man, the trenches, man, you know, like straight out the mud, man, from the dirt, man. Like when I'm hitting people, man, hey, it got that mud on it.
Now, okay, so your backstory is a fascinating one, and I hope you don't mind talking about it a little bit because I think a lot of people can appreciate how far you have come. In July of 2013, you became the first graduate of a cooperative online education program between the Jackson County Sheriff's Office and Jackson Public Schools, where you grew up. Meaning, correct me if I'm wrong, you were incarcerated when you graduated from high school?
Yes, sir.
Why were you behind bars?
I mean, I was in survival mode. You know, I was in survival mode. At the time, you know, I was going down the wrong path, man. I really didn't have, like, the guidance. I really didn't even know what was my calling in life. I really didn't know what I wanted to do in life, you know, so I was hustling, you know, just trying to make some money and, you know, just trying to eat for real, man. Just put food on my, you know what I'm saying, food in my stomach, clothes on my back.
How long were you incarcerated for?
Overall, altogether, 18 months.
What was that like? And how old are you? You're a teenager, right?
I'm 27, but yeah, I was a teenager.
No, I don't mean now. I mean back then. You were a teenager when you were there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What was that like? Terrifying?
Shoot. I mean, it was, but it wasn't, man. You know, at the end of the day, man, I feel like God put me through the test, you know, like, so I had my testimony, you know, and that's just another test that I had to go through, man, you know, and it really humbled me, you know, really made me appreciate my freedom, made me appreciate a lot of things more, man, you know, and it woke me up.
Now, do you find MMA after you wake up, or did MMA help you wake up?
MMA, like, this is the thing, like, I was always street fighting.
Yeah.
You know, like, I was always fighting and stuff. And I had this one fight that was in the street, and, like, I was 18 at the time. The dude I fought was 27, and, like, it was like a real fast fight, probably like 10 seconds, and I dropped him. And everybody, like, when I went to jail and stuff, like, I was showing my teachers and stuff. Everybody, they was like, "Oh man," like, everybody liked the video. When I was in school, everybody liked the video. And then when I got out, I was showing somebody the video because I was, you know, trying to get my life together and stuff. And somebody seen it, and they was like, "Bro, like, you got it, man. You can make a lot of money doing that, man. You got it for real." And I just jumped into it with some blind faith. I found a jiu-jitsu gym, and that's where my path started at, man. You know.
Just curious, why didn't you go down the boxing route and instead of MMA? Why'd you choose MMA as opposed to boxing?
I always like, I boxed when I was little. Like, I got into the boxing gym when I was 14. So, that's like a natural thing for me, and then like I always used to slap box, that's more of how I grew up. It was more of, we just like tussling, you know what I mean? Like playing around, stuff like that. And yeah, man, MMA just found me, man. Like jujitsu, that's what I first started. That's how I started my MMA journey. And, I just fell in love with it.
You grew up in Michigan, Jackson, Michigan, correct? Am I wrong?
No, I grew up, man, it's been, man, what's crazy is, man, my life is all over the place, man. You know what I mean? It's for real, man. To be real with people, man, like people don't even know this, So for everybody that's listening, everybody that's, out there, that's why I say the people's champ always too, because, I like to relate to a lot of people. I can speak for a lot of people. I've been there. So when I'm speaking, a lot of things, I'm speaking from the heart and I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah.
Like my mom, she got sent to prison when I was 4, and I ended up getting adopted by my aunt, But before that, like I was bouncing around like between like family and stuff like that, like in the system and stuff. So my aunt ended up getting me. I wasn't like, that's why I was born in Indiana. And I ended up moving to like Michigan for a little minute, and then I ended up moving down to North Carolina.
Oh,
North Carolina, yeah. And I ended up moving down to North Carolina, and then I ended up coming back to Michigan when I was 18. So I ended up reuniting with my biological mother when I was 18. So between 4 and 18, like we were separated. Then when I ended up coming, that's when I ended up finding Jackson, Michigan. From Jackson, Michigan, that's when I was, hustling. I was in survival mode. And then I ended up getting incarcerated. I got out. And while I was in Jackson, got my life together a little bit. That's when I found mixed martial arts. I started my MMA career. From there, I ended up moving to Detroit. From Detroit, I still bounce back between Jackson, Detroit, and stuff like that. So, like now that's why it's like I'm all over the place, man. I'm all over the place. So, yeah, man.
What a story. Now, what's your relationship like with your mom now, your biological mom?
Oh, pretty good. A1.
Good. And could I ask, why did she go to jail when you were 4 years old?
Same situation, man. Just hustling, man. Survival mode, man. Yeah.
And how about your father?
He really wasn't there like that.
Okay. And so when you were adopted by your aunt, was that your mom's sister?
Yeah.
And you knew, I'm assuming at some point you knew that your mother was behind bars. Did you have any kind of relationship with her? Did you visit her? Did you write her? Did you ever? No, nothing.
No, nothing.
And so knowing that she, had to go away at some point, that didn't deter you from going down that path as well, because eventually for a minute there, you went down the same path.
Nah. Like I said, man, it's kind of, man, it's just, man, in the neighborhood, man, like I said, I was in survival mode. It's kind of hard to really explain it, like, but it was just like that. It was either this or that at the time. Now I'm able to show people a different way. I'm able to be the person that I needed when I was coming up.
Yeah.
And be that public figure, So at the end of the day, man, like I still talk stuff and all of that, but I like to talk with these, and I like to let my work speak for itself.
Your birth name is Callan. Is it Callan? Kalen?
It's Kalen.
Kalen. Khaos Williams is one of the all-time great names. Who gave you that? Who's responsible for this name? Because obviously that's a nickname that has now become your adopted name, and so in so many ways. Who gave you that?
Yeah. Shoot, these did, man. These did, for real though, man. Like my homies, man. Like they was like, man, you just causing so much ruckus. We can't keep calling you. We gotta call you, you know what I'm saying, Chaos, man. It was just like a group of, a group of the homies, man, back when I was coming up.
Yeah, but to have the foresight to go Khaos, not CH, that was brilliant, because now it makes it yours. It's very unique.
Thank you, man.
And clearly, it has fit perfectly for your career with the knockouts. The guys that you knew back when you were a teenager, maybe even some of them that you were in jail with, do they know what you're doing now? Do they know the kind of success story that you've become?
Yeah, definitely, man. A lot of them, man, everybody that I was hanging around, they was older than me. Now, I still politic with a few of them, still conversate with a couple of them. And Yeah, man. They everybody like they didn't came and seen me like when I was telling you that message that I sent you. I had like 10 of them come up to Michigan to see me fight for that title.
Okay. So that, I
Yep.
mean,
So that, you know what I mean?
I'm sure you're a huge inspiration to people who grew up where you grew up,
Definitely,
right?
man. Yeah.
Now that you're having more success in the UFC and getting more shine, are you finding perhaps on Instagram and whatnot, people sending you messages thanking you for being an inspiration, for showing them that there is a different path that you can take?
All the time, man. All the time. In and out the country. You know, so many messages, man. You know, I'm just blessed to be here, man. You know, I'm just blessed to be in a position to be that person that can help. You know, you never know what you can do. You see how I reached out to you, man. You know that, you know.
Man, I
It's
left
all
you on
about
scene.
timing.
I left you on. I don't even think I left you on scene. I never saw it.
You ain't even see me
I-
exactly, man. But you got all them followers, man. I know. I understand, man. You know, inbox juking, man. You know that's how mine is too, though.
I know.
You know, and mine, I don't even got near as many followers you got, so I know how I be, man. I ain't tripping, man. Better late than never.
And
but better late is never, though. You feel me?
That's right, no doubt. Is it overwhelming? You know, it's like to be a role model for young kids, to hear this stuff. Not that long ago, you were in their shoes. Is that overwhelming for you?
Nah, man. Nah.
Okay. Well, I have to say, it's nice to just see your teeth and see you smile, because when you're in the cage, man, that game face that you have, you are locked in. Like, you are unflappable. Hey. What is going on in your mind? Like, when they are announcing you, when you're in there, that face that you make is one of the most intimidating, terrifying faces that we've seen in the octagon. What is happening up here when you are in the cage?
Shoot, man. What I be thinking about is really, man, I be forgetting about everything that's there. All I see is him. That's in front of me. I be tunnel vision focused. I be just like, man, laser focused on like what's in front of me, man. It's just me and him, and I'm coming to dominate. You know what I mean? I train to dominate, man. Me in the way. You know, I feel like, you know, it's like the mirror is me or you. I'm back in survival mode now. Mm-hmm. You know, so yeah.
You're back on those streets, getting ready for the street fights.
Hey, basically, man, basically, but it's for real. You know, like, man, we in there, man, we in there, and we fighting for our life for real. You know, like people get hurt, man. You know, and I'm not trying to be on the opposite side, so. You know, I just be so focused, man. You know, and a lot of people, man, like they don't see what's going on in there, man. It's easy to look from the outside in, but when you're really in there, you know, it's a whole different ball game.
When you connect like that, like you did on Saturday, like you did in your first 2 UFC fights, and the guy's just out, like, what is that feeling like for you, the one who's dishing it? When you connect and you know that you just turned someone's lights out, what is that like?
Hey, you know, I feel like, you know, hey, that's another chin I done tested. You know what I mean? Like, hey, that's another chin I done tested. It feel good, man. You know, I feel like, you know, we just gonna keep, I gotta keep doing this, man. You know, hopefully, man, you know, you can put that word in for DC, man. You know what I mean? Tell him put me on the game, man. Just, you know, make sure my punching power 100.
Wow. DC's been holding out on you too? He's not, I mean, if you ask him, he's probably gonna hold out.
I know. Yeah, I know. I still gotta put some more work in, but you know.
What put more work in?
You know what they mean?
You telling me you're not in the video game?
Nah, man, I don't think so. I don't even play games. But once somebody tell me I'm in there, man, trust and believe, I'm going to the store.
I mean, you should be in there. I think your resume speaks for itself at this point. And so you have those 2 wins in a row now. You had the 2 wins prior. The one, you know, blemish is the Michelle Pereira fight. Does that one eat at you? Do you feel like you should have won that fight? Does it bother you that you have that one loss in the UFC?
I mean, you know, it did. But, you know, the one thing about me, man, I just keep moving forward. You know what I mean? I keep moving forward. It did at the time because I felt like I won, you know. But, you know, I felt like I did enough to get the win. But, you know, I don't know what the judges be thinking sometimes, man. You know, I just, like, I was looking at the scorecards. Like, I seen the scorecard. One of my coaches sent me the scorecard for Friday. And I knew it was a close fight, but like they had me losing the second round, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. So, you know, at the end of the day, man, I try not to dwell on the past too much, man. I just keep moving forward, man.
And I would imagine with someone like you who has the kind of power that you have, you'd prefer to just not let it go to the judges.
Yeah, definitely.
You always post this on your social media, this line, not personal, just punishment. Why?
Because it's just punishment, man. You know, it's just something it's another thing that just came to me, man. You know, it's something that found me, you know, just like my name, man. Khaos Williams is something that just had a ring to it. And, you know, man, everybody, they love it. You know, it's just me, you know, original.
But it's never been personal? You've never had an opponent who annoyed you, who got under your skin, who you really wanted to?
Man.
Come on, I'm sure you've had.
Shoot, I had one dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say his name, man. Okay. You know, but yeah, it was one dude, man. You know, he was getting on live and man, you know, on some street stuff, man. Let's meet up, stuff like that, man. I'm just like, yeah, man. I'm like, man, see me in the cage, man. You know, see me in the cage, man. He was a fighter too, man. But you know, I shut him up too.
You beat him? You knocked him out?
No, he actually tapped the strikes.
Interesting. I could go into the record right now and see who it is, but I won't put him on blast.
Yeah. We ain't gonna give him no extra clout, man. You know what I'm saying? He ain't nobody.
But I guess the reason I asked that is sometimes it is personal, but you try to not make it personal. You'd rather it just be, I'm gonna go in there, blank canvas, beat this guy, on to the next, get paid, on to the next.
Definitely, man. You know, I try to keep it business, man. A lot of people, you gotta remember, man, I'm a businessman too. You know, a lot of people come into this sport and they treat it like it's just a sport, but it's both. It's a business and a sport. So I look at it like if you come into the sport and you just treat it like a sport, you're gonna end up leaving the sport with just a good story. You know what I mean? But if you come into this sport and you treat it like a business and a sport, you're gonna leave the sport with a good story, but a check too.
And you always show up dressing really nice as well. You got the I think it was a 3-piece. Did you have a 3-piece on Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You're looking good up there. Not only
I seen a couple people. Thanks, man. Thanks.
What did the people say? They were hating on you?
Man, a couple people hating on me, man.
What'd they say?
I ain't had the scissors, man. I ain't had a tag off, man. You know, I ain't had the tag off yet, man.
Where was it? Where was it?
On my sleeve.
Come on.
You could see it.
Your team
didn't
tell you? Your coaches didn't tell you?
No, they did, but it was kind of late.
I mean, come on. Listen, I wouldn't have the balls to say that to you. I'll tell you that much. You can wear whatever the hell you want. Maybe you say it's a fashion statement. You know, like when people wear the hats with the sticker on them. You could do whatever the hell you want when you're knocking people out like that. Who's next? Who's next on the hit list?
Man, whoever they put in front of me, for real.
You don't have a preference?
You know, no preference, man. You got to remember, man, this is chess, not checkers. You know? Like think about it like this, man. The objective in the chess, when you playing chess, and I like playing chess. You know what I mean? The objective when you playing chess is obviously to put the king in checkmate, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I done knocked off, and don't get me wrong, the people that I fought were good opponents too. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Good opponents, game opponents. And so I ain't like downplaying them or nothing. I'm just saying it from a chess point of view.
Okay.
When you playing chess, right, your objective is to put the king in checkmate. You know, when you knock off a couple pawns, you know, you just don't keep moving forward. You know, you still got to strategically move around the board, you know, because you got the rooks, you got the knights, you know, you got everything else. You got the bishops, you know, so you got to move around the board the right way.
Damn.
And that's just me, you know. It's all about, man, you know, we playing chess, not checkers, man.
Listen, a lot of people use that phrase, make that analogy. They don't go as deep as you just did. So respect. You are. Some people say, "Oh, I like to play chess," and they don't really play chess. They just pretend like they're smart and play chess. Clearly, you are a chess player. So well done. How long before you're being talked about among the top guys at 170 in your mind?
Man, let me see, man. I would say, man, to be realistic, maybe like a year or two.
A year or two.
We're like top, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm up there. Maybe sooner, man. You never know. You know, like I'm just putting putting a time frame on it.
All right. Well, I'm enjoying watching you so far, and congratulations not only on your success, but turning your life around, because from what I was reading, I mean, it's been spotless since then. Since you had that run as a teenager, you're an inspiration to a lot of kids, to a lot of people trying to turn their lives around. You're doing great things. So much respect to you, and congrats on the recent win and also the success you've had in the UFC.
Appreciate it, man.
And again, I'm sorry for not reading your message, but I'm happy it turned out.
It's all good, man. Hey, better late than never, man.
I don't want to be on the
never.
receiving end of one of those. You know what I mean? I've seen them.
Nah, man, never that.
Thank you, Khaos. All the best to you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yep. All right, thank you.
All right, there he is, Khaos Williams, joining us. What a great guy.